Yes, on my recent video, I've talked about port this to the Nintendo Switch, which is Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out right here if you haven't already. But let's get into the Nintendo GameCube games to the Nintendo Switch. What's up everybody, Danny's here, back at it again with another port this to the Switch video. But before we get into it, make sure you check out all the links in the description below. Now this is the time where we talk about porting GameCube games to the Nintendo Switch. I need GameCube games to be on the Nintendo Switch. This would be a perfect addition because you guys know I have one of these like GameCube games right here. But no matter what, 100% we got massive leaks. We got massive leaks for Nintendo GameCube. Like for GameCube, for like Switch Online, and what else? Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. Perfectly. This is complicated though. Nintendo Switch Online might go as planned for GameCube to be on the expansion pack. I'm not sure if it's going to be on the expansion pack along with the N64, the Sega Genesis, but maybe they'll add it to NES and Super Nintendo. This is part 2 of porting the GameCube games to the Nintendo Switch. I know I've talked about the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games to Switch, but there's some other Nintendo Switch games that Nintendo has to focus on, and I feel quite annoyed, obviously, because when we see game delays, this is really horrible, because I know if Nintendo releases, I know Nintendo might release the GameCube controller like this for a Switch Online, but they've released like 4 types of controllers. Sorry guys. And I know it's like the NES Joy-Cons. I'm not sure if they have drift or not, but Super Nintendo was like a was like a Switch Pro controller. I'm not sure. The Super Nintendo, the N64, and the Sega Genesis can be like a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, but has like a different type of cable here, but like I think it's like a different type of that. I don't know, man. Just put that back. Okay, so lately we want like GameCube games like Mario Sunshine, Animal Crossing, Mario Kart Double Dash, Smash Bros. Melee, even Wind Waker and Twilight Princess to come to the Switch. I'm not going to make a deal with this because I'm not sure. There's not going to be a Switch Pro. There might not be another Super Mario game at this point. We want like GameCube games to come to the Switch, and that's what I'm talking about. Why has Nintendo not done this yet? Adding GameCube, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance to the Nintendo Switch. This is arguably they don't have time to focus on, but I have like another solution. What if they actually add it to the Nintendo Switch? I would be more excited to have GameCube games come to the Nintendo Switch. I was like, what? So why not add GameCube, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance to the Nintendo Switch? I think this is a really good idea for Nintendo to add GameCube games to the Switch. I'm sorry, Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games to Switch. But what if the GameCube adds to Switch Online expansion pack along with the Game Boy Advance? Now I don't know what would it be for the logistics of Nintendo, but there's some stuff they had to focus on. For like a reason, it might be, because we all know there was like an NES Classic, a Super Nintendo Classic. I'm not sure if there's like an N64 Classic, but one of this, we all know the Nintendo Switch Online is like a virtual console for like the Wii, Wii U, and 3DS. They would have to go along with that. Like, what would it take to have GameCube come to the Nintendo Switch? I saw like the GameCube was on a virtual console for like Wii, Wii U, and like 3DS, but it might be delayed because the Switch Online came out like 4 years for the Switch, and the Super Nintendo like 3 years ago, and the N64 and Sega Genesis like last year. And when I just saw that Nintendo, I saw like everyone in social media saying that, oh, there's GameCube leaks for the Switch. But I'm not sure why Nintendo didn't tell us GameCube to come to the Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure why. And also along with Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, I don't know why Nintendo didn't tell us this. GameCube, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance to the Nintendo Switch. They gotta add this to the Switch because it is nostalgic for everyone and so on. I need GameCube, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance to Switch. But I hope this works and it helps. But you know what? I hope they will announce it. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe if you're new. You guys will make me feel happy, and for the support, I really appreciate. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you all next time.